Hello, welcome back to this Narger One production on point slope form. Today we're going to write equations of lines in point slope form. Okay, so we've already graphed lines in point slope form. Now it's time to write equations. So point slope form, if you remember, is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. That's the form. Okay, m is your slope. So to write an equation in point slope form, you need to have the slope. Okay, so the slope is m, and a point on the line. Okay, you need to know a point on the line, and the point is going to be the x1 comma y1. All right, so now if you remember from point slope form when we graphed, everything, the slope was always the same, but the point was always opposite of what you had, right, in the form. So let's review where that comes from. So for number one, it wants us to write the equation of a line that passes through the point and has the given slope in point slope form. That's important. You have to recognize what form I want you to write the line in. So right now it's point slope form. Okay, so m is -1, and we have a point 6, -4. So I'm going to put a little x1 on top of my 6, and then a y1 on top of my -4. So now I'm just going to plug these numbers that I have right here into my formula that's up here on the top. Okay, so let's write what we have. We have y minus, is part of the formula, y1 is -4 equals m, -1, times x minus x1 is 6. Okay, so I just took my numbers and I put them in this formula that's right up here that you see. All right, so now we can clean up a little bit. Two negatives make a positive. So we have y plus 4 equals -1, x minus 6. And there's my answer. I'm all done. That's in point slope form. All right, let's try the next one. My slope is -3. My x1 is going to be 1, and my y1 is going to be 5. Okay, so we're going to have y minus 5 equals -3 times x minus 1. And there's my equation. I'm all done. So here was my formula right above it. Okay, this is the formula I put it into. All right, now literally just plug the numbers in. There's no cleaning up to do, so I'm all done. This is written in point slope form, so I go on to the next one. Number 3 asks me to write, okay, so here's my x1, and here's my y1 next to it. So I'm going to have y minus, y1 is -4, equals -2/3 x minus 9. Okay, two negatives make a positive, so we have y plus 4 equals -2/3 x minus 9. And there's my answer in point slope form. I'm all done with this. Okay, so these are my answers in point slope form. But the advantage to point slope form is that you can also convert it into slope-intercept form if I asked you to write your equation in slope-intercept form. So let's take number 3, the answer we just got here. Y plus 4 equals -2/3 x minus 9, and write it in slope-intercept form. Now, slope-intercept form means y equals, right? Okay, it means I have to solve this equation that I see here for y. All right, so let's distribute the -2/3 to each one. Okay, we'll put a 1 underneath the 9. And then we'll have y plus 4 equals -2/3 x. Negative times a negative is a positive. 2 times 9 is 18. Divided by 3. 18 over 3 is going to be a 6 in a minute. So we have y plus 4 equals -2/3 x plus 6. So now we're going to subtract 4 on both sides. We want to know what y is equal to. And we get y equals -2/3 x plus 2. And there's your answer. This is the answer in slope-intercept form. Okay, so the advantage to point slope form is you can write your answer in slope-intercept form if you're asked to do that. All right, you can just convert it. Okay, so there's 3 examples there to start y'all. All right, let's go on to the next page. Oops, didn't erase it. Let's go on to the next page. And now here's one for you to try. Okay, so now let's keep going. We want you to write the equation of a line that passes through the given points in point-slope form. Okay, so point-slope form is the y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. To write point-slope form, I need a point, okay, the x1, y1, and I need a slope, which is going to be m. So let's start with number 5. It says negative 1, 1, and 4, 11. Well, there's 2 points here. There's not a point and a slope. There's 2 points. But we can use the 2 points to find the slope, right? So slope is delta y over delta x. We already know that. Okay, so let's take these numbers and see what we get. We get 1 minus 11, and then negative 1 minus 4, right? Delta y over delta x. These are y's. These are x's. Oops. Okay, so we have negative 10 over negative 5, which is 2. So my slope is 2. All right, that's good. So to write an answer in point slope form, I need a point and a slope. I got the slope. Now the issue, I guess, is that I have 2 points, right? So which one do I choose? Well, remember from the last page, these points have to be on the line, and they're both on the line. So it actually doesn't matter which one you choose. Okay, you can choose either one. So let's go with the slope of 2, and we'll use this point negative 1, 1, and write the equation. So we could do that. We would get y minus 1 equals 2x minus negative 1. 2 negatives will make a positive. So we have y minus 1 equals 2x plus 1. There's my answer. Okay, that's a good answer. Now, you also may have said, hey, wait a minute. My slope is 2, and there's a point 411. Yeah, you could write the answer that way also. So you could write y minus 11 equals 2x minus 4. They're both the same. Okay, they look different, but they're both the same line. All right, these are my answers in point slope form. Now to convince you that they're both the same line, okay, let's show you that they are. I'm going to take each one of these that I just got, and then I'll erase it. And I'm going to write them in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to distribute the 2. I'm going to solve for y, 2x plus 2, and then add 1. And I get y equals 2x plus 3. This is slope-intercept form, right? This is point slope. Okay, now this one I can do the same thing. Distribute the 2. And then add 11. And I have y equals 2x plus 3. Well, look at this. These two lines equations are the same. So that means that these two equations that I got up here, they're also the same line. They just look different because you're using a different point. Okay? So the answers are the same even though I used two different lines or wrote 2 different points. All right? So that's important for you to understand. All right, so let's try number 6 here together real quick. Okay? So I'm given 2 points. I mean, you can do it on your own and then check and see if you got it right. So I can do delta y over delta x. So my y's are going to be 0 minus negative 4. And then I'm going to have 3 minus 2. So there's a 1 on the bottom and a 4 on the top. 4 over 1, I get 4. Okay, so let's write the line. So I'll use my slope of 4, and I'll use the point 3, 0. It doesn't matter which point I use, right? I just convinced you of that in the last example. So I'm going to write y minus 0 equals 4x minus 3. There's my line. Or I could write, if I use the 2, negative 4, I could write y minus negative 4 equals 4x minus 2. And then the two negatives will make a positive. So let me switch this around here real quick. Two negatives make a positive. And I get y plus 4 equals 4 times x minus 2. And that's it. I'm all done. Okay? That's how you would do it. All right, coming up. Now it's your turn. Okay, let's keep going. We're going to write this line, okay, the graph line, in point-slope form, then convert it to slope-intercept form. All right, so you can see that the y-intercept is not actually on the graph, right? Even though it's underneath the color space there. It's not on the graph right now. So we could find the slope with rise over run for this line. All right, we can count. All right, so let's find some points on the corner. That point's on the corner, and that point's on the corner. So we have to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, up 4, and 1 to the right. So my slope is 4. Now I need a point that's on the line. Well, I have a couple. It doesn't matter which one I use. So I got this point here. Let's just take this point 2, 0. Okay, so I need a point and a slope. So my slope is 4. My point is 2, 0. I'll have y minus 0 equals 4x minus 2. There's my answer in point slope form. Now I can convert it to slope intercept form by distributing. So let me distribute the 4. And I have y, well, minus 0. I don't even need the 0. 4x minus 8. There's my answer in slope-intercept form. Okay, there's my answer in both forms. All right, that's what they asked me to do. Give the line in point-slope form, then convert it to slope-intercept. So I did that. Okay, a lot of this stuff should be familiar to you, just a new form, even though you already knew that. Okay, here we go. Here's the table. Figure out the slope. All right, so the slope is going to be delta y over delta x. So the y's are going up by 2. The x's are also going up by 2. So we have 2 over 2. So the slope is 1. The y-intercept is where the x is 0. 0, 6. The x-intercept, negative 6, 0, where the y is 0. Point slope form. We have a point. And, well, we have a bunch of points, right? I can use any one of these 4 points if I want, okay? Any one of the 4 points are okay, I can use. And I have the slope. So I'm going to use this point. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to have a slope of 1, and my point is negative 2, 4. So I have y minus 4 equals 1, x minus negative 2. So that's going to be y minus 4 equals 1, x plus 2. So there's my point slope form. You don't even need the 1 really. Okay, and then slope intercept form. Well, for slope intercept form, I need the slope and the y-intercept. I have both of those. The slope is 1, the y-intercept is 6, right? So my line in slope intercept form is 1x plus 6 or x plus 6. Okay, or I could convert this equation and solve for y. That works too. You'll get the same answer. All right, there's a bunch of ways to do a lot of these. Okay, and one more here. Let's write the equation of this line. We'll do it in both point slope form and slope intercept form. All right, so let's work on let's work on 14, I guess. 13 is a little easier. Let's work on 14. So 14, I need to find the slope. Okay, we're going to work on 14. So the slope, oh no, I'm subtracting 6, not adding 6. Right, I'm subtracting 6. And then the y's, I'm adding 1. So it's delta y over delta x. We have negative 6 over positive 1, negative 6. All right. And then I need to pick a point. I can pick any one of these. All of them are okay. I'm going to pick, I guess, this one down the bottom here. Doesn't matter. You pick any one you want. So negative 1, negative 36. So here's my line in point slope form. I'm going to have, well, let me do it underneath. Gives me a little more room. So point slope form. I'm going to have y minus negative 36 equals negative 6, x minus negative 1. Okay, let me clean this up a little bit. I get y plus 36 equals negative 6, x plus 1. Now, if I asked you to write it in slope-intercept form, fine, keep going. Distribute the 6, right? This is point slope form. If I distribute the negative 6, I have y plus 36 equals negative 6x minus 6. And subtract 36 on both sides. I have y equals negative 6x minus 42. And there's your answer in slope-intercept form. So you got to be able to write your answers in both forms. Okay? And I'm pretty sure that's all we got. So thanks for clicking.